Hi, it's Paul Feuerstein here, technology editor of Dentistry Today, and sometimes I get it easy. I'm interviewing, such a word, two friends of mine, Rudy Hakim, Rudy, Mark Geisberger.
Good to see you, Paul.
Doing great.
And we're here to talk a little about impression material and the V-posil company.
I think the first thing you need to recognize with this material, it's a little different in the fact that most impression materials sit with a simple catalyst-based reaction. This one's different in that it sets with a smart technology that gives you a lot of working time, 2 minutes of working time, but as soon as it enters the oral cavity, it's got a snap set. So it's a little different design. There's a secondary chemical reaction helping that along that responds to the heat of the mouth.
That smart timing that they've built in here may just superficially seem like, okay, great, the doctor can work a little slower if they want to, and then the process ends faster once it is in the mouth, but the real benefit is the accuracy or the ability to avoid mistakes and retakes, because the critical zone for an impression to set when it's going through its gel phase in the mouth is where the distortions are most likely to happen.
A lot of times you have the light body on the
Yeah.
tooth and it comes in and something's out of
Or
sync.
patient moves or bites on the tray, and so that gelation time, if we can shorten that and make it a very quick snap set, there's less likely things will go bump in the night and distort.
But it's a snap set, not before it comes in.
Once it's entered,
Once
the
it's
snap
in the
set,
mouth.
once it's entered the mouth, so you have ample working time.
I'm just curious, is temperature involved in this at all? Mouth temperature?
Yeah, mouth temperature does
Yeah.
help that reaction along.
Yeah.
I think that's important to recognize. The other important characteristic of a good impression material, VPS, silicones don't like water. So if you can get that contact angle down as low as possible, they're more tolerant of water. And what V-posil's done with this product is driven that contact angle down to about 10 degrees, which means it's water tolerant. It'll accept a pore very easily, as well as being moisture tolerant when you're doing the actual impression process. So that's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And with the smart timing, a lot of times I'll see an impression that comes out and there's almost like a step, something didn't set at the same time as the
Right.
other.
Correct.
And so this obviously takes care of that.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, and so what a lot of doctors don't realize is not only is the hydrophilicity important for working in a moist environment, the mouth, but after the fact, when hard models have to be poured, that is very beneficial. You'll get smoother, more accurate models because the gypsum will adapt to this
I see.
very seamlessly.
Because it still has this low surface tension
Correct.
characteristic
Absolutely,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, one other thing is the rebound effect that occurs in an impression material. When you take it past the undercuts, there's a potential for distortion upon removal. But what's really interesting about this is it's got a really high elastic rebound. What that means is when it goes up under an undercuts,
Comes out
out
the same
and
way
it
started
goes
out.
right back to the same position, which is hugely important, especially now in the day in this arena with all these implants, because implants tend to have huge undercuts, and there's a big potential for distortion there.
Because you're taking a little abutment and there's little grooves in it and things like that and catches underneath it.
Exactly.
And-
Absolutely.
And accuracy is critical.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hugely critical.
So it's very accurate. In addition to the elastic recovery, it's got great tear strength. Because the worst end of the deal is if we've done everything right, if we have good retraction, good hemostasis, we capture a very accurate impression, and in the removal process, some of the flash tears against the cord, and at that point you're back to square one, and we've done everything right. So it's really nice to have the material that resists tearing, so you get what you get. If you've done a good job, you get rewarded. For inventory simplification, we all know that we have kind of slow and intermediate
Right,
and
yeah.
fast-setting materials, and it's a lot for our staff to manage and more things to keep on hand. When you have a smart setting material, you'll notice that everything on their boxes will say fast set.
I see.
That means it's
'Cause it's
fast setting in the
in the
mouth.
mouth.
You have ample working time, so you don't need to inventory multiple setting times. The one time, because it's flexible, handles all your needs.
Yeah, and when you
Go ahead.
wanted that 2 minutes of working time in
Right.
clinical practice, you'd have to settle for an 8-minute set time because really those
You want
old
to slow
materials,
everything
correct,
down.
everything
Yeah.
is slowed down by a simple catalyst-based
I
reaction.
see.
So it was really hard to engineer something where you get all this working time, but then once it's in the mouth, it's a fast set
Yeah,
time.
no patient likes something in their mouth going down their throat
No.
for 7-8 minutes
Well,
when
nothing
they can
goes
have
down
it
the
out.
throat. We're so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and there are obviously different consistencies, though. You
Correct.
have light bodies, and what do you know what they all are?
So they'll have an extra light body,
Oh, good.
which has the highest flow characteristic, a light body for when you don't need that additional flow, a heavy tray set material that you can load, auto-mixed inside your trays,
I see.
around, as well as the VPS putties, if you want to do a two-step technique.
See,
Yeah.
boy,
Got
one
all
stop
four
shopping.
components. Yep, exactly.
Boy, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
V-posil. How do people get more information about V-posil? I guess from the website.
Yep, visit Voco's website.